We're midway through double game week 29 and a score of 72 points has seen a rise up to 149,000. Chelsea suffered their third loss in 6 matches and have since parted ways with manager Graham Potter. Kepa Arrizabalaga failed to make a save, conceding from each of the 2 shots on target he faced. Luke Shaw failed to impress in a 2-0 defeat to Newcastle, but conversely, Kieran Trippier and Sven Botman were amongst the points. The Magpies restricted Man United to just 0.34 expected goals, with only Crystal Palace faring better in that respect during the game week so far. Marcus Rashford and Bruno Fernandes didn't attempt a single shot between them, so it was up to the Brighton duo to bring home the points in their 6-goal thriller with Brentford. Solly March delivered the perfect cross for Danny Welbeck to head in from close range, but missed 2 big chances to score himself. He attempted 8 shots in total with 5 on target, both of which are game week high tallies. Ollie Watkins and Ivan Toney were both on the score sheet in their respective ties with Chelsea and Brighton. The pair were each afforded 2 big chances, with only Joe Willock and Gabriel Jesus claiming more. David Raya is doing a lot of the heavy lifting on the bench boost. He made 11 saves to earn a share of the bonus points against Brighton. Harry Kane converted from the penalty spot in a 1-1 draw with Everton, but Bukayo Saka could only manage an appearance off the bench against Leeds due to illness. So let's take an early look at the transfer plans for game week 30. With 5 million in the bank, the main dilemma will be whether or not to go through with plans to bring back Erling Haaland after he sat out against Liverpool with a groin injury. Pep Guardiola hinted after the game that his star striker should be back to help them against Southampton. Obviously, I'm not going to rush in to make the move, I'll be waiting for more information, but at this early stage, I think if he is available, he's likely to get some minutes in order to build him up for their midweek clash with Bayern in the Champions League. Julian Alvarez put in another superb display in Haaland's absence, and it would be harsh for him to drop out on the back of that performance. But I wouldn't rule out the pair of them starting together, as we've seen in the past. So I would say I'm 60-40 in favour of making the transfer as things stand. For me, as long as we see pictures of Haaland in training, that would be enough to persuade me to bring him in. We know what he's capable of even in limited minutes. If that's not the case, my alternative plan would be to bank the free transfer. Ivan Toney would be the man making way to accommodate the Norwegian. He could make that decision even easier by picking up his 10th yellow card of the season against Man United midweek. Given my plan to use the free hit chip in game week 32, I'm fine with losing Toney at this stage, ahead of what should be a difficult match with Newcastle. Eddie Howe's side have given up just 4 big chances across their last 4 matches, with only Man City allowing fewer. So Toney to Haaland is the plan, providing we get good news on the injury front, and here's how the team is set to line up. The first of 3 bench dilemmas comes between the sticks, where I'm favouring Kepa Arrizabalaga ahead of David Raya. Chelsea have a winnable match against Wolves with which to make a statement after parting ways with Graham Potter. Their opponents have fashioned 9 big chances in the last 6 game weeks, with just 4 teams producing fewer: Southampton, Nottingham Forest, Fulham and Leeds. Luke Shaw and Kieran Trippier are sure to start, but there's a dilemma as to who should partner them. Sven Botman is leading that battle for me, ahead of Rico Henry and Pervis Estupiñán. Newcastle have shipped just 4 goals in their last 4 matches. Only Man City and Aston Villa have conceded fewer. They rank second best for shots conceded and big chances conceded in that time. There's likely to be space for only one Brighton midfielder as they travel away to Spurs. Kaoru Mitoma has earned a team-leading 32 FPL points across the last 4 game weeks, scoring twice from only 3 shots on target. Solly March has the same goals tally from 9 efforts on target, though that doesn't include the goal he was eventually credited with against Leeds in game week 27. March generally has the higher volume of shots and attempted assists, but Mitoma is the more clinical finisher, and that's a quality that may serve him well in this match. Spurs have kept 3 clean sheets in their last 4 home matches, conceding only 1 goal and 2 big chances. No player has carved out as many attempted assists as Bruno Fernandes in home matches since the World Cup restart. The Portuguese maestro ranks joint top with Kieran Trippier for big chances created, each with 8. Man United have scored 15 goals in that time, only Man City and Arsenal have fared better. Their opponents Everton have conceded 10 goals across their last 4 away matches, with only Man United themselves shipping more. Arsenal have won 7 consecutive matches since Gameweek 24, during which time Bukayo Saka has earned the second highest points tally, only behind teammate Gabriel Martinelli. The right winger has taken a league-high 67 touches in the opposition penalty box. The Gunners have notched 23 goals in the same period, 11 more than any other side. But Liverpool have kept 4 consecutive clean sheets at Anfield. Alongside potential signing Erling Haaland is form striker Ollie Watkins, who's bagged 7 goals and 2 assists in the last 9 game weeks. His tally of 11 big chances in that time can only be bettered by Haaland with 12. He's up against a Nottingham Forest defence that have shipped 8 goals in their last 4 matches. Only Man United, Leeds and Fulham have conceded more. With doubts over Haaland's involvement, captaincy could come down to a choice between Harry Kane and Marcus Rashford. The United winger has provided 7 goals and 2 assists in 7 home matches since the World Cup break, only failing to score once and averaging 10 points per game. But there are question marks over United's form after they failed to score for a 3rd successive match. So it's for that reason that I'm currently leaning towards Harry Kane. The Spurs talisman has 5 goals in their last 5 game weeks, where he's averaged 6.8 points per game. He's been afforded 5 big chances in that time, only Martinelli and Watkins have had more. Brighton have failed to keep a clean sheet across their last 4 away matches.